So Haggai 2:1 mentioned a day in which I took note and wondered about a possible timing of when the elect might be called home. This day of interest that Haggai 2:1 mentioned was the 7th month in the 1 and 20th day of the month. Now, as always, now that I've learned about it and comprised one of my own, I followed God's 364-day calendar by the guidelines given to Enoch on how to set it up. Based upon that calendar and knowing what matching dates on the Gregorian calendar are for the Enochian calendar, I was able to match it with being October 9th, 2019. And indeed, that would have been a neat day to have been called home, as that was the last day of the Feast of Tabernacles on God's calendar. But we're still here, and we weren't brought home. So where do we look next? Now in Haggai 2:6-7, we find a little bit of what was told to him. It was told to him that in a little while, I will once more shake the heavens and the earth, and I will shake all the nations, and he will fill the house with his glory. And so, when I looked at those verses, I was thinking, wow, this could really become the timing of the shaking of the heavens and the earth, and it sounds very much like the sixth seal happening. Nothing happened then, but I still think, although it didn't happen then, the sixth seal happenings will happen around the time when we leave. And what we find out is that they were key words within those verses, which were a little while. Well, apparently a little while doesn't just mean a few days into the 7th month. It means a little while longer. By the way, before we look at the when, I love this verse, Haggai 2:9, that says, "The glory of this latter house shall be greater than the former, saith the Lord of hosts. In this place I will give peace, says the Lord of hosts, as our house and temple will be right with Yahushua." Revelation 21:22 says, "I did not see a temple in the city, because the Lord God Almighty, the Lamb, are its temple." Now, it might not just be talking about the temple, but actually the place where Yahushua went to go make for us. And I believe that is the second son, of what we've been calling EP, Enoch's planet. Sister Sherry has told us the second son will be the home base of the elect, the angels born in the flesh here on earth. So back to the question of when. It wasn't October 9th. So when? Now, I still think that the answer as to when is within Haggai 2. 18-19 says, "Consider now from this day forward, from the 24th day of the 9th month, from the day that the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid, consider it. Is the seed still in the barn? As yet the vine, the fig tree, the pomegranate, and the olive tree have not yielded fruit. But from this day forward I will bless you." Now God said a second time on the 24th day of the month, "Tell Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, that I will shake the heavens and the earth. I will overturn royal thrones and shatter the power of the foreign kingdoms. I will overthrow chariots and their drivers. Horses and their riders will fall, each one by the sword of his brother. On that day, declares the Lord Almighty, I will take you, my servant Zerubbabel, son Shealtiel, and declares the Lord, I will make you my signet ring, for I have chosen you." So the when, the day that I'm interested in now, is the 24th day of the 9th month. And I think everyone should be interested in this day, as I have never really seen that much emphasis put on such a day. 5 times within this, it's mentioned. 4 and 20th day of the 9th month, Now I pray you consider this day. Consider now from this day. From this day forward will I bless you. And again the word of the Lord came unto Haggai in the 24th day. Now matching the 24th day of the 9th month from God's calendar to the Gregorian calendar brings us to December 11th, 2019. Now the Feast of Dedication, what a lot of people call Hanukkah, is described in 1 Maccabees 4:52 through 56. And in it we read that early in the morning of the 25th day of the 9th month, that the priests rose and offered sacrifices as the law directs on the new altar of the temple which they had built. It's dedicated with songs and harps, flutes, and cymbals. They celebrated the dedication for 8 days. Now, it was in God's message to Sherry Shriner that he explained it was relayed that the elect would be gone prior to the pole shift happening, and then the pole shift itself would last for 7 days, of course with the earth shaking and bending over during that time, and then them arriving and having their event on the 8th day. Now, in a description of Hanukkah, I read that during the period of Maccabees, when Syrian ruler Antiochus IV unleashed his great persecution against the Jews of Judea, Palestine, it was on Kislev 24 that the enemy was defeated and the temple was freed from its desecration. That is why the festival of Hanukkah is celebrated beginning at sundown, the end of Kislev 24. In other words, it is not so much Hanukkah and candlelighting that is important as its marker date of Kislev 24 on the prophetic calendar. Now, I'd like to take a closer look at Haggai 2:23 as it has some interesting meanings within, as I've interpreted as such. So it says, "In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, will take thee, O Zerubbabel, the leader of the first group of exiles from Babylon, my servant, the son." And son can mean children, male and female, or sons of God, for angels, of Shiel. This word means lend on request or ask leave of absence. Saith the Lord, it will make thee a signet, confirmation, proof, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord of hosts. Now let's just take a look at this a second time and consider Sister Sherry as one of the subject matters here. "In that day, saith the Lord of hosts, will I take thee, O leader of the first group of exiles from Babylon." Sister Sherry, my servant, male or female, of course she is female, lended on request. She asked to take a leave of absence and come here, just like a lot of the other angels in the flesh did. She's going to be a signet, a confirmation, proof. We have been chosen by the Lord of hosts. And if I'm right on this, guess what? We'd be leaving on her birthday, the day that she was born, December 11th, 1965. Now, as we've already been told by Sister Sherry, when we leave, we will be leaving from her Stonehenge, and will be involved in bringing home the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of the Testimony, which contains the 2 tablets of the 10 Commandments within it. Now, turning to Zechariah 4:7-10, it says, "Who art thou, O great mountain? Before Zerubbabel thou shalt become a plain, and he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with shoutings, crying, Grace, grace unto it. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house, and shall also finish it. And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts has sent me unto you, for who hath despised the day of small things? For they shall rejoice, and shall see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth." And Zechariah 4:7, I think, really means, O Enoch's planet. Before Shaz and the returning exiles, thou shalt become a place of uprightness. For the leader of the first group, Shaz, and her exiles, the ragtag band, will bring forth the 2 tablets of the 10 Commandments, shouting, crying, Grace, grace unto it. And for your information, plummet means also the same thing as headstone, meaning stone of tablets. And so again, this could be another reference to this meaning that they shall rejoice and shall see the 2 tablets of the 10 Commandments in the hands of Shaz. And this feast of dedication that comes after the 24th, it actually starts the evening of the 24th, is something that Yahushua participated in. John 10:22-23 says that it was Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was the rainy season, and Yahushua walked into the temple in Solomon's porch. Hopefully you'll come into our temples, our own bodies. So yes, this is the next time that I'm looking at with the elect and the Ark of the Covenant going up and home on 24th, 9th month, December 11th. While Lucifer and his cohorts are kicked out of heaven, seated by the bullfoot, 6th seal, in which we are told by Sister Sherry we should definitely stay inside. Don't go out. It'll be a dangerous time. And so very well, Matthew 25:6-10 could be happening. Midnight, there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. And all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. Foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. While they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. So this whole description of Matthew 25 kind of sounds like the festival of dedication and the celebration of Hanukkah. Oil for lamps. This could also be the timing of Revelation 12:1 that says, A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. In Revelation 12:1 actually could mean there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman, which would be Shaz, around near with heaven, and taken up, removed under her instructions, and around her supreme a royal rank of 12 angels, which would be her other sisters and brother. So in Revelation 12 we see the mention of the child that the woman gives birth to, and then the child's caught up. Child can mean 2 different things. One of the meanings I found out in the New Testament, pupils or disciples are called children of their teachers, because the latter by their instruction nourished the minds of the pupils and mold their characters. And here's the other description of a child, used to describe one who depends on another or is his follower, a pupil. A pupil. We definitely were pupils of Sister Sherry, for sure. So these would be the 12 stars around the woman, Shaz. Again, her sisters and her brother. And so, Revelation 12:11, December 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. So will December 11th become the timing of when the redeemed will be delivered to their bridegroom, Yahushua? I pray it will. I feel it also could be the timing of when Shaz, the Queen of Fire, will be brought forth to bring forth